isn't just a holiday for costumes and candy. Sometimes the masks fall away and you're left staring into the true face of terror. These are 3 real stories where the line between trick and nightmare blurred, leaving indelible scars on those who lived them. Alex had always appreciated the quiet predictability of his Seattle suburb for 10 years. His 2-bedroom house on Elm Street was a haven of normalcy, a stark contrast to the abandoned, rundown house next door. Empty since 2015, the neighborhood kids called it the Haunted House. A whimsical name that held no true weight for Alex until October 31st arrived. That first Halloween, the decrepit house transformed into a spectacle of pumpkins, cobwebs, and ghostly inflatables. It was meticulously decorated, a complete metamorphosis that vanished without a trace by November 1st. No one knew who did it. No one had ever seen anyone. The mystery deepened year after year, the decorations becoming more elaborate, the noises from within growing louder, creaking floors, banging sounds, like furniture being dragged. Alex's attempts to capture the decorator on camera failed, the feed always glitching into static. His girlfriend dismissed it as a prank, but Alex knew it was more. He obsessed, digging through property records, discovering the house belonged to a Robert Thompson, deceased in 2010, with no heirs. The city knew nothing. The pieces didn't fit. Then, in 2024, the game changed. A silhouette, unmistakably a man, stood in an upstairs window, staring directly at Alex's house. The chill that ran down his spine was icy, real. Days later, a man named Mike appeared in the yard, introducing himself as Robert Thompson's son. He spun a heartbreaking tale of his father's disappearance on Halloween 2014, pursued by an unknown entity, leading Mike to decorate the house annually, a desperate vigil for a father who never returned. Alex felt a surge of empathy, believing he'd finally solved the enigma. The noises. The silhouette, it was Mike, burdened by grief. But the unease persisted. A week later, Alex returned home to find his front door wide open, his house ransacked, valuables stolen. The police arrived skeptical, and when Alex mentioned Mike, their tablets revealed a horrifying truth. Robert Thompson died of natural causes in 2010. No missing person-S report, no son named Mike. Alex's blood ran cold. The man he'd spoken to, the man whose tragic story had explained everything, was a ghost. The police found the abandoned house empty, undisturbed for years. Alex barricaded his doors, haunted by whispers and creaks from next door, knowing the official records were wrong and Halloween was coming again. He still hears knocking, not at the door, but from inside his walls. For another family, autumn at his grandparents' farmhouse was a sanctuary for Ethan, a 7-year-old boy whose parents, like so many, craved the simple rhythm of country life. His grandfather, a man of routine, still tended a small pumpkin farm, more out of habit than business. Each day, Ethan would chase through the low yellow leaves, his boots kicking up dirt as his family decorated the porch with faded plastic pumpkins and cardboard witches. But beneath the idyllic surface, small dissonances began to appear. Flattened vines without hoofprints, a scarecrow's hat that seemed to shift on its own, pulled low over a blank burlap face. The subtle, unsettling details intensified when the morning fog clung heavy and wet. Lines of smooth, deep footprints appeared in the damp dirt, not theirs, not dear, but a stranger's, walking in from the far fence line, pausing unnervingly close to the scarecrow, then vanishing. A quiet dread settled over the narrator. His grandfather fell ill, a quiet sickness that cast a shadow over the house. Then came October 21st, a date forever etched in their minds. At 6:43 a.m., the soft click of the back door closing. Ethan, always the first awake, was going to say good morning to the scarecrow. A moment of normal, shattered by a scream high, sharp and cut short. It was Ethan's voice, not the sound of a scraped knee, but a tearing sound, like a rope breaking. The father ran barefoot into the cold dirt, shouting his son's name, his chest tight with panic. No Ethan, only a small blue sneaker, discarded in the third row, its laces trailing in the dirt. It was his. The police arrived swiftly, their calm efficiency stark against the family's terror. Neighbors joined the search, one recalling a man carrying something bulky by the creek turnoff late the night before. The K9 unit followed Ethan's scent to the old fence, then into the scrub, along a narrow path towards a forgotten, dilapidated Cabiner childhood hideaway. Deputies moved with chilling caution. A rustling, then a small sound like a swallowed cry from inside. "We've got him," the sheriff called. When Ethan emerged, he clung to the deputy, trembling, his face streaked with dirt, then reached for his father with a grip that spoke volumes. The man from inside, nondescript and ordinary, was cuffed and led away, his tired eyes refusing to meet theirs. Ethan, after much coaxing, whispered his story. He went to greet the scarecrow, saw its hat on the ground, and as he bent to pick it up, a man stepped from the tall grass, grabbed him, carried him, and told him to be quiet. The man didn't hit him, just held him tight, and in the dark cabin, he only looked tired. The cabin showed signs of long-term habitation, food wrappers, a rolled-up mattress, a map of the area. The man was a drifter, known for minor arrests, no clear motive. The scarecrow was taken down, the pumpkins left to rot. The grandfather, burdened with guilt, admitted he'd been feeling worse that morning. The family left, forever changed, the father now compulsively checking fence lines, refusing to ever put up another scarecrow. For him, if something was to stand watch, it needed real eyes. The man was in jail, but the question of why lingered, an invisible scar on the heart of a once simple autumn. High school Halloween wasn't just a holiday for Liam and his friends. It was practically a religious observance. Liam, Chloe, Ben and Sam's tight-knit group were deep into planning their annual Halloween Havoc party in a group chat. Oblivious to the digital phantom that was about to invade their lives. The first anomaly, a fifth member added to the chat, a nameless string of numbers. "This sounds fun," came the message. Ben, the skeptic, scoffed, but Chloe was already unnerved. Then came the chilling reply directed at Chloe. "Don't be scared, Chloe. It's just a party. How did it know her name?" Days of silence only amplified the dread. A week later, the terror escalated. A photo appeared in the chat, the four of them laughing on their park bench, taken from a voyeuristic distance behind an oak tree. They were being watched. Then, messages dripping with personal knowledge, a near miss with a blue sedan Ben hadn't mentioned, Sam's secret crush. Liam's fear of a calculus exam, Chloe's recurring nightmare of small spaces. Their deepest secrets weaponized. The group chat became a digital prison. Ben, unable to bear it, tried to leave. A private message from him, "My phone is freaking out." Then, in the main chat, a dark, grainy photo of Ben, fast asleep in his bed, taken at 3:14 a.m. from the foot of his bed. The message that followed, "You can't leave." This was no prank. This was dangerous. Despite their terror, Liam convinced them to proceed with the party, a desperate attempt to reclaim control, invite-only strict entry. Halloween night arrived, the house pulsing with music and laughter, a fragile illusion of normalcy. The chat remained silent. Liam began to relax. Then, just after midnight, the doorbell rang. Nobody else was expected. Through the peephole, a figure in a plain black hoodie and an expressionless plastic mask. He forced his way in, knife in hand. "Phones and wallets on the table now," he rasped, his voice unrecognizable. A wave of pure, unadulterated fear washed over Liam. Was this the stalker? Was this how it ended? But Sam, the quiet one, was not scared, his body coiled. In a blur, Sam parried the knife, struck the man's wrist with a sickening crack, and delivered a swift kick. The knife clattered, the man crumpled. Ben helped pin him down, and Liam called the police. The police arrived, cuffed the intruder, and pulled off his mask. A stranger, a local lowlife, an opportunist who saw a party and an easy score. His phone, a cheap, cracked smartphone, was asterisk, not asterisk, the ghost phone. The intruder was arrested, but the true stalker, the digital phantom who knew their fears and watched from the shadows, was still out there. The group chat remained a chilling testament to their terror, a digital graveyard where the why was never answered. And that, Liam knew, was a horror no martial arts move or police officer could ever truly save you from.